Hello guys, Sapphire Yagame with Dracula, episodes 8 and 9. Episode 8 is titled Come to Die, and episode 9 is Four Roses. This Friday is going to be the last episode of season 1 of Dracula. It's titled Let There Be Light, which is going to be good. I do not know yet if they have renewed Dracula for second season, but hopefully they do because I have been loving this. I mean, you gotta love the twist of Dracula's story. So anyway, in episode 8, Van Helsing pretty much has this falling out with Mr. Grayson. After Grayson learned that he would still crave blood despite taking the serum and seeks payback, he learns that he cannot, he's never going to be fully human. So he's upset. So he has a falling out with him. So and Van Helsing decides to seek payback against Mr. Browning and his family. So the kids go missing. Kids just magically go missing. So Mina then tries to avoid Mr. Grayson and focus on her schooling, but she ends up being attacked by Lord Davenport's men, and Act Harker vows to avenge. So Harker, upset that Mina has been attacked by this man, he goes to confront Mr. Davenport, and Mr. Davenport was saying that I'm not the one you really should be fighting. I mean, pretty much you can say anything to try to get a person from stop pointing a gun at you. But he's like, don't. I'm not your enemy. Mr. Grayson is, and he ends up shooting him. And then he finally looks at the picture thing that they stole that Mr. Grayson was trying to obtain, and then Harker sees it. He's like, what the fuck? Because it's an old painting, but the woman on there looks like Mina. So he's like, what the hell? It kind of messes up your head. So he's distraught that he done killed this man. And he just runs out the street, Then he ends up going to Lucy, and they end up having sex. I'm like, oh, Mina is not gonna like this. Granted, she's your fiance. Yes, she flirted with Mr. Grayson, but she never slept with the man. And not only did you sleep with another woman, but it was her best friend. Ooh, you never do nothing like that. You never sleep with the best friend. If you're gonna sleep with anybody, sleep with somebody random. You don't sleep with the best friend. You never sleep with the best friend. That makes it even more worse. So Lady Jane ends up learning after she then went through some vampires, trying to figure out why we have such this big old infestation at in London. Like, where the heck all these vampires come from? Who's pretty much who's calling them? So she learns that Dracula, who is the first vampire, has returned to London after seeing the three men who attacked Mina impaled on the public gates. That's also a clue too, because he's known as Vlad the Impaler, and that's like his technique. That's his signature, impaling people. So they all trying to figure out who the heck is actually Dracula. So like how he could, how it could be, So in episode 4, this stuff gets really, really good. So not episode 4, episode 9. Four Roses, Grayson decides to go to war with the Order just as Harker has become a member of the group. So Harker finally joins, the Grayson, the Order of the Dragon, which I find funny because their oath is supposed to be, do the righteous thing, with God at your side and something like that. But my thing is, I don't think God is actually on your side, because you killed Dracula, you made Dracula what he is. Well, we still don't know why they made him into a vampire, but you created him. You created the monster. You know what I'm saying? You created the monster. Not only that, you going around killing people's kids. Like Van Helsing, you burnt his wife and his kids in a freaking building. Like, why the hell would you do that? And why the hell would you think that your actions will not have consequences just because y'all disorder? I don't think people gonna get pissed. You didn't kill his family. You don't think he gonna get mad and try to get payback? Like, you think your family's safe? Like, I hate when people that be in these little groups of things, they think they're doing these righteous, they just doing this thing of righteousness under God's word, and we're doing God's duty. And so I'm pretty sure God didn't say burn people and turn people into vampires. I'm pretty sure he said just don't commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. That's one of the freaking Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not kill. They committed how many murders? That's the Ten Commandment of God. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt honor thy mother and father. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Well, Hawker did that already, so he committed adultery. Granted, he's not married to Mina yet, but he still cheated. You still committed adultery, and Oh, and his excuse for it when he does finally when Mina finally does out. Oh, his excuse for it. Oh my goodness, his excuse for it. His excuse. She was throwing herself at me. Really? That's why you slept with my best friend. Cause she was throwing her. Women throw. That's life. You always gonna have women throwing themselves at you. You always gonna, same thing for women. You always gonna have men throwing themselves at you. Ooh, girl, you look nice. Ooh, girl, you look pretty. Ooh, your muscles so big. Ooh, you got a good job. You always gonna have people throwing you. So you always gonna have that temptation. I don't mean you give into it. People probably. I mean, somebody give you showed you a freaking blunt. Does that mean you're gonna smoke it? If somebody put alcohol in your face, does it mean you're supposed to drink it? No. So if a woman throw her boob breast in your face, that don't mean you suck on them. Like Jesus, like really, it's called temptation. You're supposed to fight temptation. Isn't that the whole thing of God? You're supposed to get, pray to God and fight the temptations of the devil. You just gave in to the temptations of the devil, so your soul is unpure. Like seriously, I got the excuse was so stupid. She's been throwing herself at me for like weeks. Really? Oh God, that just made me upset when I watched that episode. I'm like, really? She threw herself at me. I couldn't help it. I had to give in. Ugh, the excuses. Anyway, and so since Lucy, pretty much damaged her friendship with Mina, because I think Mina could have probably, understood that, probably could have, looked past the whole, my friend is in love with me, because she probably like, maybe I could help her move on to somebody else, like somebody else, but that you sleeping with my fiance, that just ruined everything. That's no forgiving that. And not only that, I feel really bad for Lucy because she pretty much has been manipulated by Lady Jane. Because granted, she is young and she has these feelings, which in with this time for society, but I think they considered it a mental disorder. You couldn't be proud and gay in public like people are today. Where they could probably be who they are. Not in those ancient times. Oh no 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 no. Why do you think they had them? Why do you think they did everything in secret on the DL on the down low? So when Lucy mom sees Harkin and left her bedroom and it pretty much was like, oh my God, what have you done? Because pretty much at the time frame, a woman had to be a virgin on her wedding day. Compared to today, when back then when you wore a white wedding dress, they actually meant you was a virgin, you was pure. Not today. You just wear a wedding dress because it's traditional. But so she tells her mama, why didn't you tell me it was natural for a woman to have feelings for another woman? And her mama tripped out like, wait, what did you say? And she just realized what the heck she said. Apparently it's not natural. So she like, oh snap, like this, the kind of just freaking out. This woman then pretty much set me up, which she pretty much did. Cause Lady Jane knows that this is not considered natural society. Gonna sit here and lie to that girl. I'm gonna sit here and manipulate that girl so she could get to ooh, boy, deceiving. And so Grayson and Van Helsing kind of what's the word I'm looking for, kind of rekindle their partnership. And Grayson, in order to get back at the order, he walks into like this like these these members of forgot who they are. I think they were police officers or something, but they're related to the order in some way. So him and a bunch of friends, and Miss Grayson was like, "Hey, Miss Grayson, we didn't know you do. You play pool and stuff." He's like, "No, gentlemen, I'm just leaving my friends here to have some fun, or he says dinner or something." And so he then closes the door, takes the pool stick, and pretty much traps the door so they can't get out. And they try to figure out why the heck Mr. Grayson just left us with these dudes. And then the dudes over the mouse to the vampires and pretty much slaughters everybody in there. Lady James the Brownie then find out, like, oh snap, obviously this person is sending you a message. And Mr. Brownie is still looking for his kids, and we realize that obviously Van Helsing has these kids. I don't know if he killed them though, because they look. I don't know if they killed them because they look kind of pale. So I don't know if they're dead or he just put put something on them to keep them in a comatose state. So I really don't know. But he couldn't bash their head in because at the end of the day they're still children. Yeah, you're trying to get back at this man, but can you really kill children? Are you really that that's heart on revenge. I know Harambe said eye for an eye, but can you really get yourself to kill a child? Can you really do it? So Mr. Grayson goes to visit Mina as he always been doing. He even the rose and stuff. And she says that she remember seeing his face there. He's like, no, I wasn't there. She's like, yes, you was there. He's like, oh crap. And so Harker and stuff. And Lucy, she like, no. She decides that she gonna break it off with Harker because he slept with Lucy. She didn't physically say she slept with Lucy. But the way she said it. You know how they used to say it back then. So Grayson gets like, oh, Lucy, huh? So Lucy is then seen later at night. She in her bath. It looked like she was taking some sort of milk bath or something because the water looked real milky. So she all relaxed in her tub and stuff. Then she hears a voice and she turns around. Oh, snap! Is Grayson in your tub? He's like, if you insist on being a monster, I'm gonna turn you into one. I'm like, oh snap! So he bites her, right? And then he bites his wrist and lets her drink from it. And then he leaves. And, obviously now she's a vampire. I'm like, yes, I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for her to be turned into a vampire. Yes. And she in the tub, like, oh my God, like, that was just the most delicious thing she has ever tasted. You know how you taste something that's so good, you have that look in your face, like, oh my God, this is so delicious? That's how she looked with all the blood on her face. How she looked like that was like the best drink she ever had in her life. The best drink. Blood is the life. And so Harker joined the order. Lucy is now a vampire. Oh yeah, Harker and Mina, obviously they broke it off. But it still killed me though. His excuse though, she was throwing herself at me. Like, really, dude? Oh my God, I just thought that was so stupid. So, oh God. Anyway, that's episodes 8 and 9 of Dracula season 1. Episode 8 is Come to Die, and episode 9 is Four Roses. Episode 10 is gonna be titled that Let There Be Light. So obviously it's about to all accumulate into this thing. And it's gonna be on January 24th. So let's see. That should be this week. Yeah, it should be this week. Yeah. Now we'll see you guys. I'll probably do an update to see. I'll probably go search online somewhere to see if they're gonna to see if the show has been renewed for a second season. Hopefully it does, because I really love the show. So I will see you guys for the season finale of Dracula. Comment, rate, subscribe. Bye.